and thank you for watching. On today's video,
we're going to talk to you about Pioneer's new limited distribution DEH X3910BT. So stay tuned. So last year, Pioneer started that new limited distribution thing.
Okay.
Yes. Basically, what it means is that if you're buying from a authorized Pioneer
dealer,
yes, then they have access to certain products that you're supposedly not be able to get anyplace else.
That's cool.
Supposedly. We'll just go with that. And they've had a range of products, most of them in the general CD category. This year they came out with this one because basically this year, if you didn't know, the 9 is gonna, that number, that second number is what tells you how new the unit is. So this year, 2016, would have been an 8, 2015 would have been a 7, and so on and so forth back. So for 2017, they're all going to have 9s in them. This is the 3910 limited distribution. So what we have here is a CD Bluetooth radio with detachable face. So let's open it up and take a look inside.
Okay.
So we have a remote control. We have a power plug.
Safe.
Bluetooth mic. And a bag of screws. The owner's manual. And the warranty card.
Totally different.
Yes, this one has cardboard instead of foam. Don't know what that means, but hey. So we're going to go ahead and set this up and take a look at the back of the radio. What we have here is a dual RCA output. So we have a front RCA and a rear/subwoofer RCA output. We have the steering wheel control input as well as the Bluetooth mic input. Over here we have the power plug input as well as the FM antenna input. So when you first power up the unit, it's going to ask you to do a setup. Go ahead and select yes. It's going to ask you to set the time, hour, minute. Then it's going to ask you to do your phone connect. This is very important. This is what tells it what type of phone you have, therefore it can set up the menu structure. So for this case, let's say you have an Android, we'll hit enter. You can tell it whether you want to do Bluetooth app control or memory. You can go back. If you have an other, it gives you the option to do a wired or Bluetooth. And if you have an iPhone, it gives you no options, it's wired. So you go ahead and select enter. Now that is not to say you can't do things over Bluetooth, it's just going to limit how the deck performs for those said sources. And we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to go ahead and select quit. And now the unit's going to power up. So to turn off the demo feature, you're going to go ahead and scroll till you see system, select enter. Here's your clock set. There's your aux on and off, and then your demo off. You're going to select yes, and then the back arrow. And then Bluetooth audio on, Spotify on, clear Bluetooth memory. There's that phone connect in case you had it installed and the installer didn't ask you what type of phone you had. You can still go in and select that. USB auto on, clock set, so it cycles back around. So we'll go ahead and select source. The first thing to come up is your AM/FM radio. Now this unit has a fixed color display, so what you're talking about is blue buttons and a white display. It is non-variable. It'll only light up these colors. Sources you have access to right out of the box are the USB as well as your auxiliary. Now the USB is where you're going to be plugging in your iPhone. Once you plug in your iPhone there, you'll be able to do Pandora and Spotify. Now if you have an Android phone or other, you will be able to do Pandora and Spotify over Bluetooth as a source. Both will give you the option to do Bluetooth audio, so it doesn't matter what type of phone you have, it will allow you to do Bluetooth audio and stream any source you want. So if you have an iPhone and you don't feel like plugging it in and you are listening to Pandora, you can still do that. It's just not going to give you the Pandora app built into the radio. Now with that in mind, if you do have an iPhone and you do plug it in, it will give you auto pairing. So it's going to go ahead and recognize the iPhone as an iPod. And then it's going to give you this funky number here and select yes. Hit enter. Then the Bluetooth will start blinking over there. Now your Bluetooth is paired. So once you unplug the device, you can do anything you want over Bluetooth, make calls and fun stuff like that. So here's your Pandora. Here's your Spotify. There again, if you have an Android phone, it'll give you access to those without, if you've done the smartphone setup, it'll give you access to those without plugging your phone in. So let's unplug the iPhone. We'll go back to source. Here's our Bluetooth audio. And see, it's playing the music, no problem there. We just don't have any other fun stuff going on. Now, it has an EQ built into it. So if we go menu and we select audio, we can input, fader, balance, and then EQ comes with presets. It has naturals, powerful, vocal, custom 1, custom 2, flat, and super bass. If we go back to custom 1 or 2 and hit enter, we have a 5-band adjustable EQ with 80 Hz, 250, 800, 2.5K, 8K, as well as plus or minus 6 dBs of adjustment. If you exit out of there, you have 3-step loudness as low, medium, or high. You have your subwoofer normal or out of phase, and then you have subwoofer control. This is where your subwoofer crossover is, which you have 50, 63, 80, 100, 125, 160, and 200, as well as your volume control, and then you have a 12 or 24 dB per octave slope. You have bass boost, and you have your high-pass filter. The high-pass filter is the crossover for your smaller speakers. It's going to use those same frequencies that the subwoofer had access to, as well as your 12 or 24 dB per octave slope. SLA is source level adjust. What this allows you to do is, depending on what source you're playing, CD, USB, or auxiliary, you can go in and turn up or down the volume to match FM. So for example, if you're using a smartphone and the output on the smartphone is reduced and you're having to turn the volume way up and you switch to FM and it blasts you out of the car, no problem. Simply select SLA, go in, and you can turn up that source while you're on it. And that'll boost that signal up and make it more level. And that brings us back around to fader, so we'll go ahead and exit out of there. One other thing it has this year that Pioneer's really excited about is the ARC app that you're seeing on this box down here. How you do that is you plug in your, on an iPhone, you're going to plug in your USB cable. So you can see here, you can select your source. If you roll up from the top, we can go back and we'll go to music on the phone, just like that. It's going to go ahead and start playing. If we scroll down, it'll get us into our playlists. If we go this way, it'll change tracks. If we put 2 fingers on it and turn, it'll turn up and down the volume. If we hit this icon right here, it'll take us into our audio settings. Here we can set up our EQ, as well as control our subwoofer volume. And we can adjust all our crossover settings. Everything that's in the EQ can all be adjusted from here. So as we said, this unit does have Bluetooth. The one nice thing about that is because it has Bluetooth, it's going to give you what's called Siri Eyes Free and or voice dial for all the non-iPhone people. So go ahead and call me.
Calling you.
So when the phone rings, hit the phone button, and you can go ahead and talk. Ah! Then when you're done, hit the phone button again, and it'll go ahead and answer. Now to launch Siri Eyes Free, or any voice dial, press and hold. Call Fernando.
Calling Fernando Lopez.
You can also use it to read text messages. Let's go ahead and hit end. Call anyone you want. If you have an iPhone and you have iTunes Music, you can use it to launch a song if you'd like, because essentially you're just launching Siri, so you can ask her to do pretty much anything you want. Pretty cool feature.
If you're hungry?
If you're hungry, you can ask her where there's a taco, and she might tell you.
I'm hungry.
Soon
Okay.
enough. Hunger like a wolf. Anyways, that brings this to an end. That pretty much is all the features this guy has. Pretty nice little radio. It's very affordable.
Thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
And as usual, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments down below. If you like our videos, please subscribe. Otherwise, you guys have a great night, and we will see you later next time. Bye.
We have a bag.
We have a bag.
And now we have a remote.
Is that why you have a baby? Anyways.
Yes.
Okay.